going on, guys? Ryan Pineda here. I'm with my guy Lucky Lopez, who is a car dealer, car flipper here in Las Vegas. He saw we were doing this Flip Nation series and he reached out to me about getting on the show. So I appreciate you having us, man.
Oh, thank you so much for doing the video. You know, I saw his stuff, the flipping the couch thing. He's also a local Vegas YouTuber, so I definitely had to reach out to Ryan. Today we're gonna be giving you a little bit of breakdown of how we buy cars, we do the recon maintenance of them, how we fix them, how we sell them, how we do a little bit of everything. And we're also gonna get you a little behind the scenes. We're actually gonna sneak into the auction.
Yeah, and I've got a little bet with Lucky on who buys the best deals. If I end up buying better deals and making more profit on my car flips, he's gonna have to do a donation. And if he beats me, which you should theoretically, being the expert, then I gotta give a donation to him. So I'm excited to go to the car auction. Your dealership right here is actually down the street from where I grew up. So I've seen this many times growing up. So super cool to be able to do this with you. The one thing that you said that's kind of funny is like the auction is super old school. It's super strict. They're definitely anti-YouTube, anti-TikTok for sure.
100%.
So we're gonna have to sneak in there. The phone is best. We're not gonna be able to get like super high quality stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, like I said, no other people are doing this on YouTube. So especially with Flip Nation, the stuff that he's bringing, I wanna make sure that we give you amazing content that, like I said, no other YouTube is bringing you. So once we kind of sneak in the camera, the phone, do some great audio. We're gonna show you guys how we're live bidding on cars, how we look at cars, and just some general information, but I think it'll be a really great video.
Yeah, and not only do we have to sneak in the equipment, but we have to sneak in like me.
Yeah, 100%, because you know, to get into these dealers auctions, they take your thumbprint at the door and we have a badge. So I got some tricks up my sleeve. We're gonna sneak these guys in and we're gonna give you a first look behind the scenes.
Awesome. Well, let's go do it, dude.
Awesome.
All right, guys, we're sneaking in. We got the iPhone filming. Have you ever tried filming in here?
No, but I've seen people try and they've been thrown out, so we're gonna try to do it as low key as we possibly can.
All right, my guy Lucky he's risking his license for us for just YouTube. So we better get a lot of views on this. If we don't, and he loses his license, you know, I don't think it was a good trade.
Yeah, so make sure you like the video.
Yeah. All right, so we just got in the auction. It was like 20 minutes to get in. They gave us a little bit of a hard time. How did we even just get in just now?
We basically had to tell them that we were dropping off a bunch of cars and that we're with the bank, and they let us in. Usually you have to go with your fingerprint and a card and everything else. It's really, really tough to get into auctions, but thank God that we have a good relationship with some of the people here, and we're happy to just kind of slide in, so lucky for that.
Tell us about what's going on now. We are in this huge parking lot that's enormous. How many cars are here? There's at least 1,000 cars.
They run about 3,000 every week. There's a little over 70,000 cars here.
There's 70,000 cars right here?
70,000 cars. It is 7 Walmart parking lot fulls of vehicles. You know, a lot of people think that you gotta be rich and you gotta have a lot of money to flip cars, but we're gonna show you today that you could buy decent cars for $800 to $1,000.
Yeah.
And the same premise of with the couch is you go on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, you start learning, you know, what the couches sell for, just like the cars.
Yeah.
And as you pick your niche, you know, like I like to tell people when you first get started in this industry, pick something you're comfortable with. Like you said, sectionals were your favorite couches to sell because you knew about them, you were comfortable with them. I do the same thing with cars. You know, if you had a Civic when you were in high school, go buy Civics. If you had a Ford Focus, buy a Ford Focus. Buy something that you know that you're comfortable with, that you have a little bit of expertise, so this way you can build your niche. Once you build that, then we kind of venture out. So today will be kind of exciting because Ryan's gonna purchase a few cars himself. I'm gonna purchase a few myself. And I think today's premise, we're gonna try to buy one car under $1,500 and another car under $2,500.
And so for me too, going with a nice low risk flip on these, it's hard to lose, you know, when you're talking a $1,500 car. Like, the most I'll lose is $1,500, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, great. So I'm all right doing that. What would I do if I was just buying normally? Like, would I be specifically looking for a car that I already saw on the list and I'm like, I gotta go find this car and see what's up with it?
Usually the day before we get on the list and we look through the vehicles that we're looking for, we kind of mock them out. We look online, see what they're going for. You know, hey, there's 17 Camrys. Camrys are a great seller, but if there's a bunch of them online for the same year, same miles, I don't mess with it.
Right.
So we want to find stuff that, there's not a lot of them out there, and we get kind of a price market once we get online. Once we get to the auction, Then we physically start looking at them. We start them up, we scan them. I can show you some of the dealer apps that we use if you want, just to kind of show you people. This is more high end, but we want to keep it low end for just the average flippers at home.
So you're saying you could start them up. Where's the keys?
Keys are actually inside. So like on this one right here, let's go ahead and fire it up and let's see how this cream puff sounds. Once we start him up, there's a track right here. If you can see this guy right here, he's actually driving a van down through there. So you can test the transmission, you can shift it, you can see if it's okay. You can get up to 45 miles an hour, which is enough to see if it goes in the 4th gear. See, he's already done it in 20, 30 miles forward. Now he's going backwards to make sure reverse works correctly. He's gonna sit there for a minute. He's gonna put it in gear to make sure the transmission doesn't bump. And then he's gonna take off hard acceleration to make sure that there's no tranny slippage. And that's how we kind of get a feel for cars. Now, at first it seems kind of easy, but when you're a dealer, we sell anywhere from 60 to 100 cars a month. So we have to replace these cars. So we do this sometimes 30, 40, 60 times every auction. And that's why, like, you know, we get here so early. Like, I think it's what, 6 o'clock now?
How many guys you usually bring with you to like do this? You?
Just only me.
You'll test drive how many cars like at an auction?
Sometimes on the low end, 30, 40. On the high end, 100, 200.
Today, right now, when we go to this auction, and you would go and walk to every single one of these 70,000 cars and test drive it, all in the span of like, how many hours?
Sometimes when we come, we go 3 to 4 hours ahead of the auction.
Well, I mean, we're here at 7 in the morning. So you would have got here at like 2 in the morning and like...
Yeah, first open auction is at 2:30 a.m. So we can get here if we want to get that early. So that's the great thing about this auction is every day with so many cars and so many things running through, and you'll see kind of a little bit of a glimpse of it. Today we're only having about 3 to 4 lanes actually running. But when it's 20, 30 lanes and you got thousands of cars running through and you'll see people running around screaming, a lot of good cars get lost in the shuffle, and that's where you get the great deals is, you know, just from the madness. You know, like have you ever been to one of those big foreclosure auctions where they run multiple properties at once? Yeah, some of these guys, they blow their wad in the first 20 minutes and they're out. And then you just sit there patiently, wait till the end, and then you start bidding.
You ever sit there and you're like, there's Jim bidding again, overpaying. That guy has no idea what he's doing.
Oh my God. And so I'm hoping with videos like what you do and what I do, it educates some of these people where it actually gets them more savvy where they actually buy correctly, because all the cash buyers, there's dealers here that buy only cash, no flooring. They buy correct. They keep the prices low. They don't overbid stuff.
Well, you know, when you're a smaller guy, like I consider myself a small guy, you know, in the grand scheme of real estate and whatever, like, you know, I'm not these big dealerships or big hedge funds, you know, buying real estate. You just cannot afford to overpay like they can. When they have literally almost no cost of money and it's just a volume game for them where they're, hey, in real estate, they're cool making a few $1,000 a house. I'm like, no, I got to make at least 20 or I'm going to go broke. Like, I don't have enough money to buy every house and make $2,000.
You hit it 100% on the head. It's like our carrying costs, especially as a small independent, is the same thing where our credit lines don't give us the great rates they do. Some of these franchise stores, they get free money from their franchises, $2, $3, $4 million to go out and buy used cars just so they have something to bring in people so they can sell new cars.
Exactly.
So we got all this stuff stacked against us. Let me get you this one because there's a bunch of C classes. I think this will be good. Now these cars are extremely popular, especially with buy here, pay here, and especially here in Vegas with all the strippers and dancers. Let's go ahead and we're going to scan this one and see what it comes up with. Okay, so we just scanned the car.
We got a 2011 C300. How many miles are on it?
80 or 94,000.
94,000? Okay, I'm pretty decent at guessing cars. My guess is this is worth 11 grand.
Retail on it is going to be close to 9 to 11.
All right.
So you're
not too bad.
You're spot on the market, but that shows people some of the money we make. 11 is the retail. So people are like, wow, every dealer's making $5,000 on all these cars.
No, you got to do some work. You got carrying costs. Same thing we got in real estate. You know, I buy a house for 100,000. I sell it for 200. I can assure you, I did not make 100,000. Just looking at it, that's kind of how I would do a house, the exact same way. I don't look at it for what I can buy it for first. I look at for what can I sell it for.
There you go.
This is an $11,000 car. All right, what does that mean I got to get it for?
Best thing about real estate, when you sell a house, the fees are passed on to the customer. But with us, the fees are passed on to the dealership. So if a customer has bad credit, they're actually going to charge us money to purchase the loan. So if he's got, let's say, a repo on his credit and a few late payments, they're going to charge me anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 to buy this car from me. So if we sell it for 11, I may only get a check for, you know, 9.5. And then the worst part is we have what's called recourse. So if the customer has really bad credit and the banks don't trust them, we're on the hook for 2 to 3 payments with this customer.
Wow.
So even after we sell the car and the car's gone and the customer's driving around and they do something crazy and crash it and they don't make the first payment, I have to write the check back to the bank for the whole amount.
Let's take a look at this.
Okay.
So, you know, in real estate and house flipping, right, we always buy fixer-uppers for the most part.
Yes.
They don't typically look like those Teslas and then we just go resell it as is, right? So something like this.
Yeah, so these actually is one of my specialties. This is what I love to buy. So before I was a dealer, I was a mechanic. I owned a repair shop here in Vegas for the last 10 years.
Okay.
And you know, that's how I got started. I used to fix all the dealers' wrecked cars. They would bring them to my shop. And so cars, when you see a little bit of damage like this, with houses, you have this great value and people can see past this. But with cars, I don't know why, dealers are lazy.
Well, and I'll tell you, even as a consumer, I'm like, it used to look like that. I don't want it.
Yeah. So, but like with these ones, most of the dealers, they don't have the facilities to do it. They just want to wash the car and sell it. So it presents a great option for people that want to get into flipping cars.
Let's talk about this one as a flip. Tell me about what we could buy it for. What are you looking at this would cost, all that.
So this is a 2018. It's got about 12,000 miles. So it's probably going to sell for about 13 grand at the auction. With the damage I see right here, we're probably going to get it close to about 75 to 8 grand. Bumper cover, you're looking at probably 150 bucks, grill another $200, headlight 250 bucks, bumper support, paint. By the time we finish everything, we'll probably have about $1,000 into it. We'll be 3 grand back of book and $5,000 back of retail. So when we sell this car, it should be an easy $5,000 deal.
So what will this sell for at the end of the day?
I would probably put it up for like 15.9 or 16.9.
Okay, cool. And to me, just saying, man, this is $1,000 fix, it looks way worse. Now, obviously, that's your cost.
Yeah, exactly, my cost, yeah.
Right, so what would somebody like normally think? You know, they get this, they go to the body shop.
Yeah, so at my shop, we do insurance work as well. I would charge you probably a little about $2,800 to fix that.
So 3 times as much.
Yeah, and then they'd still have to pay their deductible and everything else, but
right.
These are the ones that I really love. This is actually, today, what I'm gonna buy is I want to buy some of these wreck cars compared to, I know you had your eye on a few of these other cars, this Lexus and this, and a few of these other Toyota cars. So these are what I'm going to buy compared to some of the ones that you get, and we're going to kind of see the comparison.
Yeah, so obviously we're going to buy cheap cars, but now we're in the exotics, and I could not miss this one.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think this is going to end up going for?
A G square, just for the rarability, even though it probably books for about 150, it'll probably still sell about $180,000 to $200,000 at the auction. That
is crazy. The other funny part was I tried to get in it, and they don't leave the keys in the exotics. So, man, that's crazy. G-Wagons are, my partner Nick has a G-Wagon, and he was telling me that. He's like, dude, my value went up after driving it, because they're so rare.
Yeah, it's especially now, like if you try to get a newer model, they're on back order. And something like that G-Wagon, they probably paid $200,000 for it brand new, and it's still gonna be worth that in probably about another 2 years. They're just so rare, and they stopped making that model.
Right, so they got a ton of Maseratis here.
All the lease returns.
Yeah, you're telling me a funny story about how these Maserati guys, they don't wanna upkeep them because the Ferrari dealership just will charge them like crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, people keep thinking that, oh, Ferrari, I got it for $600 a month, it's cheap. But when you go to Ferrari, it's $300 an hour for service. So if you want to change your spark plugs, it's 2 grand.
Check out this Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley Arnage.
What year is this?
This 2001. It's got 20,000 miles. This will probably go for about $15,000 to $18,000. So if you want to be a baller on a budget, this is your vehicle.
Dude, I might have to buy a Bentley just to
flex a little bit.
Yeah, just to say I own one, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, what year? How much you spend?" I'm like, 2001. You know? Oh, they keep this one open.
Yeah.
Man, this is old school. It's so funny. This is 2000. I'm like, this is like a classic.
Oh, I know. You see some of the old school technology and the black and green screens. It just makes you laugh. But it's got this class that just makes them timeless. So a lot of these old classic Rolls Royces and Bentleys, they hold their value, and people love to drive them as daily drivers.
This is a nice.
Now this is you, brother.
Yeah. How much is this?
You're probably looking at about 70K. These things have not dropped. They've actually gone up because
it's like the G-Wagon, they're rare. Yeah,
the allocation, people just keep pre-ordering them. Yeah. And then I don't know if you could tell, this is actually the convertible one.
Oh, wow.
So this is the first hardtop retractable Corvette. So all this folds up, goes into the back and goes in there. And these things, they drive beautiful.
Dude,
amazing car for the money.
All right, I don't want to look at these anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Like, let's see what I can actually make money on, because
Yeah.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah, we want to show you guys what to aspire to, but we want to show you the regular cars, the stuff that we're going to be buying for, you know, $1,000 to $2,500.
Perfect. Subaru, great brand, 2012. This is in our range?
This one's in our range. This one's probably going to go for about $2,500. Subaru Imprezas, the Outbacks are extremely popular, but the Foresters, not as much. But these is what bring in a lot of the Utah buyers, because we have no snow here in Vegas, but we have people that come all the way from Utah to buy this. So this one will probably be about maybe $2,300 to $2,500. So this one's in our price range, so we'll add this to the book.
Yeah, what can this one sell for?
I would sell this one for probably about $79.95 retail.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is one for sure to go after.
And only 99,000 miles.
I am definitely biased towards Japanese cars. I've always driven Toyota, Lexus. You know, obviously we all know Honda has a great reputation, but Subaru also, like, I think it's great. Well, Hyundai Elantra, okay, let me guess. If those ones were about $2,000, I definitely better not be paying more than $1,000 for this.
No, this one's gonna go between maybe $350 and $600.
Yeah.
But it runs and drives. So usually when they have in-op, they'll write in really big letters, but this is a runner and driver. So the auction's about to start here in a little bit. We'll be able to see this one drive through. We can hear the motor, but I mean, for $600, if you sell it on your lot for $29.95, $500 down, $200 a month.
Somebody will buy it.
Yeah, this is definitely something that people want. Or you just put up for a quick cash price. $1,500. Yep, $1,500 out the door. People are excited. They take their stimulus money, they go buy it, out the door.
Kind of like our wholesales, where we just want to get rid of them quick. You know, we'll leave some money on the table and
Exactly.
be done with it.
We're like, hey, we're not going to spend all the money on paint. We're not going to fix it.
Yeah.
You want a great deal on a solid car? Here you go.
Well, I think we got some good candidates to bid on. Hopefully we win some of these, and I'm excited to see how the auction process actually plays out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, it's about starting about 5 minutes, so we're going to head over there right now.
They want it for $1,900.
Are you there? I got 18, 19. You want to get 18, you want to get 19, you want to get 19.
So we just got done bidding. Unfortunately, we did not win anything. It happens.
Yeah.
You've said it many times that you could be here hours and not win anything.
Yeah, so I already knew that something like this might happen, so we already have some other cars there that we have lined up for our other special challenge, which we'll get into once we get back to the dealership.
Perfect. All right, bro. So we did not get the cars, but you did tell me you have plan B.
Yes, we got a backup plan. I picked up 4 cars last week, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick 2 of those out. Well, you're gonna pick 2 of those out. I'm gonna take the ones that are left over, and we're gonna start from there.
So I'll get the actual choice before you do, because
Yes.
you would definitely know which 2 to pick that are gonna get more profit.
100%.
Okay, so if I do pick though, I wanna pick them basically off my own gut. I can't get any like advisement or anything. So I'll just be like, hey, I like this one over that one.
Want to keep it as open as possible.
All right, well, let's go check those cars out. All right, so what do we got here?
All right, the first 2 cars we purchased for $2,500. The first one is a 06 Lexus IS250. It's got about 180,000 miles, and it's got a rebuilt title.
Okay.
And then we have this 2014 Ford Focus.
Okay.
It's a little banged up, needs some love, but
Yeah.
clean title, decent miles.
What year is this?
2014.
So it's a lot newer than the Lexus. And
Correct.
is this also a rebuilt title?
No, this one is clean. It's just uglier.
It's just super beat.
Yes.
And how many miles are on this?
110.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, easily give me the Lexus. This is such an easy choice, but I mean, this is a lot newer than the Lexus. And the Lexus has a rebuilt title.
Correct.
Oh man. Okay, I was gonna just like be like, dude, don't even give me the Ford. That's so like Lexus.
Yeah.
I love Lexus. I've had a ton of Lexuses, but I did just buy the Lincoln Navigator, which is Ford too. Man,
It is a challenge.
it is. But I think I am gonna go with the Lexus on this one. I gotta go Japanese. I gotta go with what I know.
Okay, smart choice. Okay, for round 2, we have a 2007 Ford F-150. It's got the low miles of 280,000 miles.
Oh my.
It is definitely a beat up work truck, but it's got some life left in it. On the other side, we have a very low mileage. It's got about 150. It's a 99 Toyota RAV4. Small SUV, good shape, everything's good together, clean title. Both these are clean title vehicles. Which one you feel that you would like to pick out?
I mean, here's one thing I do know. I mean, number one, obviously I love Toyota. I just picked the Lexus, but also too, the F-150 is like literally, it don't matter how many miles, how old it is, there will be somebody in construction that will buy it.
100%.
I've seen it on so many renovation projects. You could sell any truck. They'll even go put a brand new engine in it and they don't care about the miles, you know?
Yep.
Even though I love Toyota, just having that background of seeing all these beat up trucks over the years, I gotta go with the truck, even at 350,000 miles.
Okay. This will be a good way to show the audience the difference between good cars, low mileage cars, smash cars, clean cars, rebuild cars. I think we got a good broad spectrum of the different types of vehicles you can get into for flipping.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm excited to see how this turns out. Hopefully I picked right, but here's what we're gonna do, guys. We are gonna do part 2 on Lucky's channel. Okay, so make sure you subscribe to Automotive Life on YouTube. Also, go give him a follow on Instagram as well, and explain to him what we're gonna be doing in part 2.
Okay, in part 2, we're gonna basically be breaking down each vehicle. We're gonna go over the cost. We're gonna actually go over the repairing of the cost. We're gonna be actually calling dealerships, shops, getting prices for everything, making sure we give Ryan fair prices because we want this to be a fair contest.
Yep.
We're gonna go over the process of actually selling it. We're gonna be posting them on Facebook, on OfferUp. We're gonna give those pictures to Ryan so he can control his own destiny when it comes to selling his vehicles. And at the very end, we're gonna take all the prices and we're gonna see who won the challenge.
All right, so make sure you guys tune in for part 2. It's gonna be on Lucky's channel. Make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when that video comes out. I'll also be posting about it on Instagram and stuff when we do. After part 2, I don't wanna kinda get too far ahead, but in part 3, we're gonna actually show you guys exactly how you guys can become car flippers, what it takes to get a dealer's license, and all the things in between. So you definitely wanna watch the rest of these videos because it's an amazing side hustle. It's definitely why I started the Flip Nation series, because there's so many ways to make money in this world, really.
100%.
So we definitely appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well. Make sure you follow me on all the socials. Until next time, peace.